Welcome to Pagan Coffee Talk. If you enjoy our content, please consider donating and following our socials.
So there's a book going around, and I'm pretty sure everybody's heard of it by now. It's called Pagan Threat by Lucas Miles.
We're not the only one that's done a review of this book.
No, we're not. And we have both finally finished reading this book.
Trust me, the eye strain from rolling my eyes have been enough.
Oh, I know, right? It's like a workout for your eyes.
We were listening to audiobooks too.
I know.
So this guy tries to stir up some of the old pagan things back from the pagan, the satanic panic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
back
he
in
does.
the 80s to try to do some of this. So we're going to, I'd say we sort of ignore some of that stuff. It's just so mind-numbingly dumb, some of the stuff that they've kind of said about us.
Right.
Wouldn't you say? I mean, even back then, it was kind of like, really, y'all? Really?
Well, I mean, back then, there really wasn't a whole lot of information out there about the pagan path. And now there's so much more out there.
Yes.
It still kind of surprises me that that he kind of took those same talking points, or a lot of the same talking points from the 80s, and ran with it.
Right. That we're out there trying to, corrupt the whole entire world and the whole 9 yards.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird.
Just a little bit.
All right. Well, because, I mean, again, he taps into the same problem that I kept on seeing all the time, as either we're this Illuminati big organization trying to take over the government and whatever, or the world, or we're just tree-hugging lunatics out in the woods.
Well, and I'll admit, there's probably a few of us in government positions, but I don't think it's like a hostile takeover or, that we've infiltrated anything. And so it's actually kind of funny that he would think that at all. So
I think it's funny because I know nowhere in any of our religion does it say that we are supposed to take over the world, or we're not like certain other religions where we're supposed to be the only religion and the only correct way of doing things. It just, that philosophy he seems to glaze over completely, that we don't proselytize or seek out people.
Yeah, he never touched on that at all.
I mean, yeah, we've done advertising for like the podcast and stuff like that, but that's only inside our own community, not to reach out to other people. Pretty much.
Well, it's I think any of the Facebook ads we might have run, those kind of reach out to whoever. But I don't. We haven't run a whole bunch of those, and I don't think that was like purposeful advertising.
No,
like targeting a certain group
or anything. Well, again, been better if we were able to target a certain group, but again, we're still not trying to take over the world or anything like that. Matter of fact, you have to seek us. We don't go out and seek you.
Right.
You have to contact us. It's not like we're standing out on all the street corners going, have you spoke to your goddess lately?
Right. And we're certainly not looking through, some type of phone book or whatever and just making random phone calls to people either. So,
right. We're not out there proselytizing. So
no, we're not.
Now the next strange thing he did was he kept on, now to us, there's certain things that he talked about that are separate religions as far as we're concerned. Our beliefs, we're not from Asia. We don't follow Buddhism or any of these other religions, but yet he keeps on wrapping those up into ours. And we don't always share common threads with all these religions.
No, I think that comes from the perspective that if it's not Christianity, then it's pagan.
Then it's all the same. Again, to them, it's all the same thing.
Right. It's all heathenry.
I mean, that'd be me sitting there going, well, you got, Christianity, Muslims, and well, the Jews, and they're all Abrahamic religions. They're just all the same.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever. It's me doing the same thing. So
Yeah,
again,
it is, and realistically, you can't lump everybody into one category
like that,
Mm-mm.
right? Because trust me, I know a lot of Southern Baptists who would not get along with Catholics whatsoever.
Very true. Very true.
True. I'm just saying. All right. And then they throw the atheists in on there on top, and I'm like, okay, that makes no sense because they have no belief whatsoever.
Well, it doesn't make sense to us, but to them, again, if you're not Christian,
I know
you're lumped into one category with everybody else.
But again, even the atheists think we're just as nutty as the damn Christians for believing in some of this stuff.
Yeah.
So, come on, make it make sense. Could you have done a little bit more research?
Yeah, I mean, he could have.
I mean, so this is where this whole pagan threat starts to fall apart for me. I'm like, really? Because there are times where they'll sit there and they'll go, oh, you're godless and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, we got gods, and the atheists don't believe in gods, and Buddhists believe in something like a god, but not a god. And
right.
What are you talking? You want to sit there again, you're rolling your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And then to make it all worse, he wants to attack certain political views.
Yes.
And associate it directly with us.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we have this problem of, okay, so again, does that mean all Christians or Abrahamic religions are all conservative and only us pagans are liberals? Is sort of how he divides this up, and that don't make no sense because these are political ideologies.
Right, and even for him, I mean, it's just like you said, are all Christians conservatives? No, they're not.
No. Some are libertarians.
Right. I know quite a few who are liberals, left
libertarians.
Right.
Right. And we have the same thing. There are some pagans that are conservative. There are some that are libertarian. And yes, there are some that are liberal and that far left wing. And yes, and we even have some that believe that socialism is the answer to everything.
And that's their political belief. We can't
beliefs, and I'm not fussing about it. I'm just meaning we have just much of a gamut as they do on that. So,
well, sure, and I kind of get. I don't know if I'd properly say offended, but I'm surprised that he's trying to lump it all into one category, or it seems like he is anyway.
Yes. Well, I mean, he tends to, again, over and over again, we're all the same, but it does bother me because when you're reading the book, he sort of jumps all over the place. One minute he's talking about a pagan concept, and then in the very next paragraph, he's talking about an Eastern philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, these two have nothing to do with each other, but he's sort of bumping them together as if they do.
And I think that's just lack of knowledge. A narrow-minded perspective, maybe. And I'm not trying to name call or anything. I'm just trying to sort it out, find some reason behind it. I don't know.
I don't either. So, was there anything specific about in the book that grabbed your attention?
Well, I mean, it's a lot of the stuff that we've been talking about. I found it kind of ironic that he was trying to pull everybody together and say, we need to stand on these unified standards, and we need to quit bickering about individual differences about the way we believe.
Among the Christians. Faith.
And allowing for those differences to take place. But he took this staunch stance that anything outside of Christianity in its various forms is something that needs to be, I don't know if I'd say eradicated. I think that's a little too militant for what he was talking about, but pretty much pretty much that it needs to be stamped out.
Right. Again, just like most of these religions do. Mm-hmm. I hate to be this way. The Muslims basically do the same way. They believe they should be the only religion. Right. Christianities believe they should be the only, that they are right and you should follow that. Which I find it funny because when me and you talk or we talk to other people, there are some Christian concepts we don't necessarily have a problem with.
Right.
We're kind of like, okay, that's cool. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. I can understand it. I mean, don't agree with the whole entire Bible, but come on.
I mean, overall, the Christian religion it's a beautiful thing. It can be. It's, it's the people who have done things to it that make it not so beautiful.
Well, I mean, again, I can't sit there and say, the pagan religions over in the past haven't done horrible things, but
right.
I can't sit there and say Christians didn't do horrible things either. Religions have been around long enough. We've all got a little bit of blood on our hands.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I think we've all done some things. Well, not us particularly, but those in our past.
Right.
I think they've all done a little something that was not ideal or wasn't morally right, or maybe not necessarily legal.
At the time, they thought it was morally right, and it, the Crusades, they thought that was morally right. There's some instances of some of the stuff that the pagans did in the past. How many civilizations? I mean, Rome. What all did Rome do? What all did pagan Rome do?
I know.
Just saying.
All the invasions and taking of territories and
the slaughtering of people. Right. I would say enslavement, but the whole world back then did slavery. So at some point or another.
Yeah.
So again, it's not a modern concept.
No, not at all.
Per se. But now don't get me wrong. Now, there are some hot takes here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That I do remember from the book, and where Roe v. Wade got overturned. And yes, there were a lot of videos of pagan people or pagan personalities out there telling people how to do abortion rituals and all this other stuff. And yes, there were some out there cursing certain political candidates and all this. But on the other hand, I also remember seeing some do it the other way around.
Right.
There were some witches out there going, no, we need to protect this president, blah, 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 or this candidate. We're going to do spells to help and not harm.
Those didn't get publicized as much.
No, but it was funny how in the world they ignored those.
Mm-hmm. Well, that goes back to let no one speak evil of your good.
Right.
To some extent, or let no one speak evil of your deeds, I think is a better interpretation at this point, because when you throw stuff out there and we're just gonna do this random ritual and we're gonna hex this person or we're gonna hex that, and you're putting that stuff out there, you are giving that
impression.
Well, you're giving that impression, but you're giving people like Mr. Miles ammunition.
Yes, you are. Because that's the only thing they're going to see. That's the only thing they're going to look at.
Right.
Because when it comes to social media, we all sort of can fall into an echo chamber and
absolutely,
all this other stuff, and only see what we want to see and not see a bigger, broader picture.
Well, and that's the other thing with social media is once you start looking at something in particular, the algorithm picks up on that and starts showing you more of that type of material. So when you start seeing all this, abortion
Well,
rituals and stuff like that. The stuff like that's going to start popping up. So that's all you're going to see.
right. I mean, because trust me, I've heard you get mad at me because I've sent you a video out of context of what you normally watch, and then you're like, not going to put up with it in my feed for the next 3 months.
Right. But yeah, I mean, it's just the way it happens. And again, you're giving them ammunition.
Yeah. So again, we should put our best foot forward. I mean, it's not like we're always seen in the best light to begin with.
No, there's the
all right. and again, people out there doing that. I mean, that's kind of like that whole entire thing, which drives me up the wall, is either we're the Illuminati taking over the world or we're tree huggers. Just make it make sense.
Yeah, there's nothing in between. There's no middle ground. It's like there's no scale. It's either one or the other.
One or the other. And, I'm sorry, we did not create Halloween. We did not create all this stuff that they blame us for. It's just there.
Yeah, right.
So again, it still never makes any sense to me. But now, toward the end of the book, he did finally start to talk about the fact of the First Amendment.
Mm-hmm. Which I have to give him credit for. I just wish he'd done it sooner.
I wish he would have done it at the beginning of the book, because he puts it there on the end, basically saying, now, we can't do nothing legally or anything to actually stop them, but to be good soldiers of God and teach our kids not to do this stuff and try our best to, I don't know how to put that, outlive us.
It's not a bad way to put it, yeah.
Hoping that they have more Christian kids that won't, and will just slowly die off or whatever. But,
or the
pagans have kids.
They'll convert us and.
Right. So I kind of wonder when he got to that point, I was kind of like, are you trying to cover your own ass here? Did you get to the end of this book and go, we do have some rather rambunctious people in our group sometimes, and I would hate to suddenly get accused of, well, the motivation for this hate crime against this church or this religion or one of these pagan religion was my book. Like going out, oh, no, they're trying to destroy our country and our way of life, and they're all commies and blah, blah. Huh?
Yeah.
So, because
it does seem like it was pretty much a disclaimer of sorts, just so that he can say, well, it's in there. I did not encourage this behavior, but yet you kind of did.
I really thought we were starting to get past this type of behavior in our society, that people were like, okay, maybe some of this paganism isn't as bad as we think it is. It's just the way they want to believe, and live and let live, right?
Yeah. Well, I think for the most part we are. But there's always going to be extremists. There's always going to be those people that, do see us as a threat, which, I hate to say it, we're the furthest thing from a threat, because we tolerate everybody's beliefs.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like I haven't heard some Christian bashing out there myself from the pagan community.
Well, that's true.
All right. So again, I mean, this is one of the reasons I kind of like rail against that, because we don't need to. We don't have to.
No, I mean, and the way we teach in our temple, our coven, is we don't tolerate that.
No.
It's not, we teach them that it's not something that we should be doing. Everybody is entitled to their own belief.
Right.
And their
every path is valid.
Right. Their way of practicing their faith, all of that, that's their business.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for all pagans. I can speak for me. I don't want to see Christianity disappear. I don't want to see any of these other religions disappear, because I think we need religion.
Right.
I think we all need religion.
Right. Well, you've said it before. It's like a pair of shoes.
Yeah, you just got to find the right pair.
So,
You just got to find the right religion for you. I don't think everybody was born to necessarily be Christian or everybody was born to be Muslim or, you know, it doesn't all fit one nice, neat package all the time.
mm-mm.
All right.
I'll take it a step further. I don't think that everybody was meant to be spiritual.
No.
And I think that's what makes this world a better place. It's because we've got so many different ideas about how things work, and whether or not we're spiritual beings or anything else. You know what I mean?
I think our only complaint for a lot of these is we're not forcing our religion or our beliefs on you. Quit forcing yours on on us.
Yes, absolutely.
But yet we turn around and every time it's over and over. Oh, no, 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 no. Y'all just haven't, we just need to preach a little bit harder. We just need,
No.
what makes you, at what point do we have to look at y'all going, we don't care?
Right.
I'm sorry. I've been to gatherings and other things where we've had protesters and stuff. I don't talk to them. Let them do their thing and don't talk to them. And there's no skin off my nose.
No, of course not. Just let them do their thing. Just like you said, just ignore them. Keep going, go have your fun. And
if you are secure in your belief, what does it matter?
It really doesn't. When you boil it down to that, it doesn't matter.
Right. It doesn't. So why do it? Why? Because I don't want to sit there and go, okay, don't bash Christians because we're better than them, or you with me?
Mm-hmm.
That's not the stance here. It's a different way of thinking. You don't want your religion bashed. Why should we bash anybody else's?
Absolutely.
I hate to be this way. Let's use the Christian's own word. Treat others as you want to be treated.
Right. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
So again, what is this? Why can't y'all hold this? We do.
Mm-hmm.
Or, well, I don't want to say all of paganism, but, I know some of us do.
Right.
I still never understood that.
I don't know. It makes no sense to me either. So
is it that we're that different or bizarre?
Could be. I mean, people accuse us of that all the time, so.
Don't get me wrong. We may have a number of people that are a little bit more off the beaten track, a little bit more alternative lifestyles than most.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. But so what? These people need religion just like everybody else does.
Sure. I don't know.
Anything else?
Let me ask you. Do you think this is just like a one-off?
Really, I think it is.
I mean that it's pretty much it's popular now, but it's gonna dwindle away.
Well, it became popular because Charlie Kirk wrote the foreword for it.
Very true.
Okay. And again, and I've heard a couple of pagans do this, but Charlie Kirk did not write the book. He just wrote the foreword.
Right.
Again, not completely happy about that, but his death caused it to become more popular.
Right.
All right, because it was one of the last forewords he wrote for a book, I think, before he was assassinated.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I really don't think it is. I think there's a whole lot bigger mess for the whole world to worry about, or the whole country to worry about right now, than us little pagans who can barely get ourselves organized on a daily basis.
Right.
Trying to organize pagans to do anything, it's like herding cats.
a lot of times it is.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
You got to have a lot of patience.
Mm-hmm. A lot of patience and some extra hands.
God, yes. And how in the world are we supposed to take over the world, but we can't barely organize rituals sometimes?
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on. So now at the end, I don't think this is going to amount to too much. I think everybody's going to read it. is going to sort of fade off into the ground. Matter of fact, here lately, since we're doing this now, I've seen less and less people even talking about this book.
Mm.
Now, I did go back and read some of the comments that some people have made, and there were some Christians that were sitting back going, "This is garbage. This is not what these people do," and this is calling out some of the same stuff we do. We have here. And,
interesting.
You know, that this should not be part of Christianity, and we shouldn't be going down this path. This is just. Some people even accused him of just trying to do a money grab.
Wow.
On there, that it was just, that's all this was a big old flash in the pan to go, "Ooh, hey, I'm going to scare everybody." While everybody's already in an uproar.
I mean, could have been.
Could have been.
I mean, the timing couldn't have been better for that. So,
you know, well, I don't think that's what it is. I really believe this pastor actually believes this is what's going on. You know, I do not see this pastor ever coming on the podcast like ours or any of the others and actually debating it with us.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
You know, especially in a civil way or anything like that. I don't see that happening. Because apparently he couldn't even take enough time to realize how different and how various our traditions are and
like how much
beliefs.
How much variety there is.
Much variety we have in the pagan community in beliefs and belief systems. You know, that fall under that big. I mean, because the pagan term is a big umbrella.
Yes, it is. It's very big.
Because the original definition that we remember from the old dictionaries was, it was anybody who did not believe in the birth,
death, and resurrection.
And then the resurrection of Christ. So, don't get me wrong, it's changed over the years, but which now excludes everybody except for Christianity.
Pretty much, yeah.
So again, I also got to ask, what definition of pagan is he using? Because again, it is a very big umbrella terms, and no, we don't all share the same beliefs and thoughts. And
no, and I'll say this too. I'm kind of surprised with the amount of information that's out there regarding so many different variations of paganism that he didn't do more research. Or maybe he did, and he just misconstrued all the information that he read. Or
I think he cherry picked what he wanted.
Well, maybe.
You know, he saw the information again, just like, you know, the people that went out there and did the curses to curse Trump and did not go look to see, which is going out there blessing Trump or doing protective spells. And there were, but again, like you said, you didn't see about that. So
no, you didn't see that a whole lot.
You know, doing those searches on the internet, you know, depending on the way you word stuff, you can get a certain answer that you want.
Absolutely.
So it sort of saddens me to see that somebody's even trying to bring this stuff back up.
I know. Yeah, it's a sad situation, I think. And I do wish we could sit down and have a conversation with this man and just change his mind, you know?
I doubt that will ever happen, but, you know.
Or somebody.
And I'm not somebody. I might not be smart enough to do this, but, you know, it'd be nice to see if somebody could debate him.
It would be nice.
So, you ready for some coffee?
Yeah, let's get some more coffee.
Thanks for listening. Join us next week for another episode. Pagan Coffee Talk is brought to you by Life Temple and Seminary. Please visit us at lifetempleseminary.org for more information, as well as links to our social media: Facebook, Discord, Twitter, YouTube, and Reddit.
We travel down this trodden path, a maze of stone and mire. Just hold my hand as we pass by a sea of blazing pyres. And so it is the end of our days, so walk with me till morning breaks. And so it is the end of our days, so walk with me till morning.